It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. A woman charged with murdering a 27-year-old man at Raymond Terrace earlier this year has made an unsuccessful bid for bail. The body of Jason Adams was found lying on the road at the intersection of Watt and Peyton Streets in late February. 21-year-old Lily Ridgway was arrested at a North Haven motel days later. She faced court yesterday where her solicitor applied for bail due to the coronavirus pandemic and her claim she acted in self-defence. However, the application was refused due to Ridgway's previous non-attendance at court on outstanding warrants. Newcastle police are searching for a Pacific Islander man wanted over breach of police reporting conditions under the Child Protection Register. 41-year-old Fakatu Haitonga was last seen in the Mayfield area 2 years ago and still has family in the area. He also held down a job at Thornton during this time. Police believe he may have returned to the area. He's described as being of olive complexion with shaved black hair, a medium build and around 170 centimetres tall. Anyone who knows his whereabouts is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Residents of Jimmy's Beach are hoping sand replenishment will happen again sooner rather than later after severe damage was caused to the beachfront by wild weather. Huge swells since Monday have eroded the beach almost back to the road. The beach was replenished with sand late last year as part of a trial of a new sand transfer pipeline, and residents are hoping this can take place again as soon as possible. Community groups across Singleton are being encouraged to suggest local projects for funding under the New South Wales Government's Resources for Regions program. Recent changes to round 7 of the program allows 30% of the area's funding to be spent on community projects, as it's a mining-affected region. Singleton Mayor Sue Moore says pressure is on the community to get their project ideas submitted, as council must apply for funding by September 2nd.
Anything that they might have been thinking of for a while, worked up a plan, have a cost associated with it, then we'd like to hear what those things are. We've got a very tight time frame to meet, which is why we're asking for those submissions by the 28th of July, which is less than a couple of weeks away.
Residents of Gosford Road at Adamstown were woken by a loud crash last night. A Holden Commodore clipped 2 cars before ploughing into a third just after 11:30. The 59-year-old male driver had to be freed from the wreckage. He was taken to the John Hunter Hospital with a head laceration. Police are looking at whether alcohol was a factor in the crash. Meanwhile, an early morning car rollover in the Upper Hunter has left a 30-year-old man in the John Hunter nursing serious injuries. The crash happened on the New England Highway at Maroola, north of Wingen, just after 2:30. A 30-year-old female passenger sustained non-life-threatening injuries, while another female aged 20 escaped unharmed. The federal government has announced it will commit $4.75 million to educating kids about agriculture across Australia, including the Hunter. State and territory farming bodies will receive grants to roll out the program in their specific regions and give students the opportunity to visit a farm and understand how it operates. Rachel Nichol from the New South Wales Farmers Association says a key part of the initiative is to showcase the breadth of career opportunities available in agriculture.
We really want to make sure that the primary industries and production systems are presented as accurately and as positively, because we want to ensure the understanding of what it is for sustainable food and fibre resources into the future. We know we've got some amazing careers in agriculture. We already have them, and there'll be more even into the future.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights coach Adam O'Brien says returning centre Tatau Moga didn't look out of place in last week's match against the Eels. Winger Hymel Hunt is also backing Moga and eager to see him perform again this weekend. Hunt says they did well to hold off Parramatta and are focusing on attack for the Rabbitohs.
They're the top team. They're probably the best attacking team in the comp at the moment, with what people saying. So to keep them just to 10 points is an unreal job. So I think for us to get our defense right first and our attack will come. We're naturally, born attackers, most footy players. So I'm excited for this weekend, and that's something that we're working on this week.
Former Knights lower grader James Taylor will be flying south from Queensland each week to play for the Maitland Pickers. Taylor was part of a late signing by coach Matt Lantry alongside Faitotoa and Henry Penn. Lantry says he isn't leaving any points in the shed for this year's President's Cup campaign. And Central Coast Roosters winger Yasmin Meeks is excited about the code switch to the league as her team faces off against Canterbury on Saturday. And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 5, 35, 1, 14, 32 and 9, and the supplementaries are 39 and 24. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.